people, it is the time for me to feed my kombucha and do a second fermentation for these two. I think I already told you, I've got these bottles and they have such a tight grip, and that's what I think I'm needing. Because sometimes my kombucha, it doesn't have the fermentation that I want, or better, sometimes my kombucha doesn't have the carbonation that I need it to have, because I want it to be almost like McDonald's Sprite, you know, super fizzy, like with a lot of body. And a lot of times my kombucha comes a bit flat. Of course, some of the issues are definitely because it's still not summer, so the temperatures are quite low, and the fermentation, you kind of need a consistent temperature. And the second thing that kind of influence the carbonation of my kombucha are the bottles. Some of the bottles doesn't have a tight grip, which that's why these ones come in, because I hope they solve the issue. I couldn't find smaller ones because I wanted a smaller one, but yeah, I only have this 1.5 liter bottle, so that's what I'm gonna use. It's completely fine. I already have here, this is Earl Grey tea with sugar, because you need to feed the kombucha by adding sugar and black tea. This is the black tea I am using. It's quite good. I normally buy it and then transfer, of course, to this mason jar. I believe by seeing it you realize that. That explanation was just for the people on the back that may be a bit confused. Let me bring you my kombucha. Yeah. This is my kombucha. This is Josephine. She's happy. She's 1 year old, and she has a lot of other babies. I did my SCOBY from an unflavored kombucha that I got. So instead of drinking it, I open it, put it in a jar with a paper cloth on top, and I let it sit on my kitchen corner for a month. After that month, I had already a thick SCOBY, which I used to, I put black tea and sugar on it, and then I started making kombucha. It is that easy. First, it's really important that your hands are really clean, so I'm removing my rings, and I'm also gonna clean my hands with soap. As you know, I have some hand cream, oils and whatnot, and I need to make sure that my hands are perfectly clean, because I'm gonna need to move and touch the SCOBY. So in order to keep my fermentation alive, I need my SCOBY, and this is my SCOBY. Oh, there is so many. Mother, I don't know if I can remove it. Yes, I can. Let me show you. This is a SCOBY. And I have, like, each week that I make one, like a new batch, you have new SCOBY forming. It's kind of crazy. That's why I can, like, sometimes I throw away the ones that look a bit ugly, because I don't need them. I have so many SCOBYs, I can just throw them away. I'll give them to other people. It's just up to you. Keep in mind, the SCOBY doesn't need to be pretty, doesn't need to have any of the requirements, but after a year you kind of have a lot of it, so you can dispense some. So I'm just gonna, that's quite new. So I will remove the SCOBY and set it aside with some liquid. I always try to keep at least 1/2 liter of the water plus SCOBY, because I want to make sure that I have enough to ferment the new batch, and that's my biggest one. Like, this is thick. Mother. I'm removing the middle because I don't need it. Oh God. She is beautiful. Oh, Josephine. So I have set it, my SCOBY and some of the liquid aside. Now, the second fermentation truly is just for flavoring and carbonation. I'm gonna do 2 different flavors. One apricot and the other one cucumber. Those are my favorite so far. Okay. I will just cover this because I want to make sure that everything doesn't get contaminated. This is my new fruit cutting board, and once again I repeat, you need a fruit only cutting board, okay? Because if you don't want to have strawberries tasting like onions, you need to separate them. Cucumber. I'm gonna do apricot ginger because I do love me some ginger kombucha, or maybe I could do cucumber ginger. I think maybe cucumber ginger would be the best. To slice my ingredients, I'm keeping the skin because you know on ginger bugs you should keep the skin to help with the fermentation. So that's what I'm gonna do. And now I have here apricot jam, which I'm gonna use as well. Like once everything is fermented, you can just drink. I think I'm gonna try to ferment this for 2 days or 3 days, because the next few days the temperature will increase drastically, so the fermentation will go by faster. And also these bottles have quite a grip, so I believe there will not be any loss of carbonation. Hence, if I don't want bottles breaking in my kitchen, I should just make sure to not leave them outside for too long, or else that can be dangerous, you know. I will have to taste my kombucha just to see if it's in fact really sweet or not. Because for the carbonation to happen, you kind of need to add white sugar, like the bacteria that is in the kombucha eats it up, and then you are able to have your second fermentation go successfully. I was thinking that maybe I could just add more sugar, but I also don't want my kombucha to be super sweet. So quite sweet. So I will just add white sugar to the kombucha that is cucumber and ginger flavor, because those ones have no extra sweetness. So I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'm adding white sugar for a purpose, okay? So for the first batch, I normally add brown sugar. Molecular structure is different than white sugar. Now I'll just transfer. Okay, I will not put it until the top because I don't want any bottles exploding, and you need to give some space. Keep in mind, I'm not adding any extra sugar on the apricot kombucha flavoring because, you know, apricot jam already has sweetener, so I don't need to add any extra. Okay. I always make the kombucha without any flavor, just in case, you know. And for this one, I'm gonna need to add sugar. If I need to make a new batch from scratch, I always have an unflavored kombucha that I can use to make a new SCOBY. And sometimes, like when friends want to do kombucha at home, I just give them an unflavored batch, so then they can also try my method and go through the fun of doing a SCOBY alone. A lot of this, the fun is to do it on your own and to try it out and see what you are capable or not capable of doing. Okay, so now that this is done, I am gonna make sure that everything will be sealed completely. Just making sure that everything is tight. Yeah. Okay. So now, hopefully, in 3 days, we will have a kombucha to drink that has a lot of fermentation on it. The grip in this bottle, love it. Even hurts my hands to just, okay, perfect. See the grip on this bottle compared to the other ones, not comparable. But yeah, so 3 bottles and I'm gonna ferment them. I have like a cooler where I keep them in because in case they explode, nobody gets hurt. The cooler might get hurt, but I can live with that. And it kind of makes it a little bit warmer than the room temperature outside. I always end up forgetting when I made it and which flavors are inside the bottle, so I always create labels. So I made cucumber, ginger, and today is the 4th date. And now I just click print. I have here my label. It's always good to know when you did your kombucha, when you did feed the SCOBY, just to keep yourself like updated and make sure that you're not leaving things off to the chance and your memory. At least my memory is terrible. Okay, so then the other one, apricot. It is time to feed our SCOBY. I'm gonna clean my hands. Once again, the hand game will have to be clean all the time. Now I have my vessel, my SCOBYs. I'm gonna add them in. You can see how like the SCOBYs that I have are so thick. This one is the newest one. Ooh. Now I can add the black tea with sugar, brown sugar. And I'll fill the rest with water. Last year I did not protect my my SCOBY hotel, and a fruit fly got inside, and then I had to throw away all the SCOBYs and the kombucha hotel because unfortunately I had like some larvae and things growing inside. That's why it's really important that you clean always your hands, that you make sure that everything is sanitized and there is nothing coming inside your SCOBY. Now, since we got some like napkins made with fabric, and I'm gonna put that on top instead of a paper towel. Like this, my kombucha can still breathe, but I think it's a bit nicer than just a paper towel. I will use a rubber band. I fold it in 2. Like this, it has more tension. Make sure that nothing comes inside. And now this SCOBY will be fermenting for the next 2 weeks, which is roughly the time that takes me to drink my kombuchas. Yeah. Be super fermented. That's what we need. A lot of carbonation and gut health. So now I'll just close this. Let's open our kombucha. The bottle is new. It's supposed to be really strong grip. I don't know if the fermentation is there yet. Let's see. I hope it doesn't explode because I'm not in a mood for cleaning. fermentation is there. Let me close it for a bit. That is crazy. Best €10 I've ever spent. Happy. This is good natural fermentation. Oh my god. Mmm. Mmm. Cucumber ginger kombucha. Undefeated. Oh my god. Once you get good bottles, your kombucha game, undefeated. Oh my goodness. I am so happy. That's all.